Hello everybody, welcome to the very first Godless Smegcast, with me, your host, Godless Smeghead. Shut up, Jordan, just for a second, you'll get your chance in a minute, mate.
Sorry.
You've just heard there, Jordan Rockwell, he's my buddy.
Hello.
He's my brother from another mother, and we also have the harsh bad girl, which I think is very unfair, Sue. Jordan and Sue.
That would be me. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for having us, Neil. How you doing?
Thank you.
Oh, Manuel, look, it wouldn't be my first show without you guys. Just to let the people who are listening know, Jordan and Sue run the Sensitive Nice Guy Show. It's a weekly podcast. They talk about a lot of different topics. Jordan is a very, very proud libertarian.
Small L. Small L.
A small L, but he's very proud. They talk about relationship issues, they talk about movies, they talk about TV. It's a mixed bag, and they also occasionally do shows about atheism. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, mainly it's... if I did give my whole thesis on my atheism, it's I don't really care what you believe in as long as it makes you a good person and you leave me the F alone. But they never do that, and, well, take it away, dude. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Excuse me, I've just swallowed my coffee the wrong way.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, I'll edit that out.
Bloody fucking hell. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. No, but we may just leave this in. Oh, yeah, just to let my listeners know that this show is going to be peppered with expletives, so it's not suitable for work, so please don't listen to it when your boss is around. Or if you do listen to it, put your earphones in.
But in England, every other word is cunt, so that's, like, you know, normal.
It is. Every other word emanating from Twitter these days seems to be cunt. It seems to have, I mean, it's always been there in this country, and it's always been said, but it seems to have enjoyed something of a resurgence with the dawn of Twitter, so, not that I'm very offended by it, because I grew up listening to Derek and Clive. They're two foul-mouthed comedians played by Dudley Moore and Peter Cook.
I love Dudley Moore. I miss him.
Yeah, me too. So I grew up with that, so I'm used to the word cunt. Plus, I think I heard my dad say it on a few occasions as well. To my mother, but there you go. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us. So, what's on the agenda for today?
Right, well, on the agenda today, we're going to talk a little bit about you guys. We're going to be talking about what you think of Red Dwarf.
Oh, the polymorph.
Did you do your homework? Not just the Red Dwarf, but the slang phrases.
We did.
Yes.
Excellent, right. I set Jordan and Sue some homework earlier on this week. They had to write down 10 American slang words or phrases, and I have to guess what they mean. And I have written down, well, there's more than 10, but I'll select 10.
Yeah, I have 11.
You've got 11. Right. How many did you get, Sue?
I'm counting. I have quite a few. 10 or so.
Right. But the other thing we're going to be talking about is it's a piece of homework that Jordan set me on his last show, in which he gave me a really nice shout-out, so thank you very much for that, Jordan. We're going to be talking about evangelical atheism.
Oh, yes. I've been called that.
Yeah.
You will be educating me.
Yeah.
Right, tell us what this is all about, Jordan.
What, so you want to start with evangelical atheism? Well, I had Adam Baldwin on my show about a year ago. He's a bit of he calls himself a libertarian, but he is a very conservative, Bible-thumping Republican.
I've looked through his tweets, I saw it.
And basically, we get the evangelical atheism title if we dare open our mouths and say anything. According to Christianity, it's also in Islam, not in Judaism, as it turns out, which is why they're the religion of which I hold the least ire for, because they basically tell you to F off. But Islam and Christianity have the spread the word. In Islam's case today, through the sword. In Christianity's case, in the Middle Ages, through the sword.
Yeah.
And
no argument there.
Right, and so here's the thing. It just dawned on me this morning as I was making my coffee, is that often Neil, you and I would ask them, if you have so much confidence in your beliefs, why do you care if we don't believe? And that's actually the wrong question. They have all the. I realize this. They have all the. Bible thumpers have all the confidence in the world in their beliefs. It's that they don't want us to say anything that might shatter other people's beliefs and lead the world into secular fire, damnation, hell of gays banging wolves and cats fucking dragons. Like, that's what they're afraid of. There are people on the right who honestly believe that if gay marriage is allowed to happen, society will fall apart. I'm not talking, by the way, the God Hates Fags people, not the Westboro Baptist Church. That's a cult they're very good at PR. But the people on the Bible thumpers who truly, sincerely believe that if two guys are allowed to get married and be recognized by the state, then America or England or whoever will fall, and that's just insane.
Right, and usually the people that are making those statements are middle-class white conservatives,
right,
with two BMWs in the garage and a Corvette for their wife.
You got it.
To go to tennis and things like that.
Here's the thing: most people don't. Look, two gay guys sucking each other's cocks is gross to me. Two gay guys eating each other's assholes out is disgusting. But you know what else is disgusting to me? Quiche, fat people doing it, old people doing it, white pizza. I'm not banning any of that. And if
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day. Yeah, I finally get that joke. But if they could just admit, like, two guys fucking each other in the butt is gross, and that's why I want to make it illegal, then they could finally admit maybe I should just live and let live.
But what I want to know about that, Jordan and Sue, is how does it affect their lives?
It doesn't.
If two men get together and have sex with each other, how does it affect him, his wife, and his children? It doesn't. So he should just shut the fuck up and, as you say, live and let live.
One of my best friends just got married. He's gay, and he's so happy. It doesn't gross me out, though, to see them kiss or anything.
Live and let live is impossible for most human beings.
Yeah.
It just isn't possible. We have there are nanny states all over the Western world in which basically my philosophy is I don't know. It's what Penn Jillette says. I don't know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. You decide. If you want to stay home and smoke heroin and freebase cocaine, that's your goddamn business. Just don't get behind the wheel of a car.
No,
that's it. That's it. I don't care what you do as long as you don't bother me. But that isn't the case for most people, unfortunately.
I mean, nobody has ever accused me of being an evangelical atheism. I've been accused of being a militant atheist because, I go on Twitter and I speak my mind about how ridiculous I think religion is. As you guys know, we've talked about this on your show. I used to be a very, very devout believer.
Right, I heard it.
Really, hook, line, and sinker, swallow this shit. Okay, and I just woke up. 4 years ago, it would be 4 years ago this month actually that I actually woke up and saw how the world really, really works.
Yeah.
So I've been accused of being militant but never evangelical. But here's my take, okay? Here's my take on evangelical atheism. If they are prepared, over here in the UK, we have Sky TV, we have satellite TV, we have cable TV.
Thank you, Murdoch.
Yes. Now, if the devil does exist, then Murdoch's related to him. Anyway, we have like 20 religious channels. Now, they're doing the same as I'm doing, except they've got the television as a medium. They're trying to convert people to religion. They're trying to spread the word of God, when all the word of God is a few shepherds who probably got together, smoked some interesting herbs, and had hallucinations.
They figured out these people. Well, we are out of control, and we're terrified of the sun, and we need to control everybody.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's where the whole concepts of gods came from. If somebody wanted their crops to grow and rain didn't come, they'd appeal to whoever is sending the rain to send the rain, and it starts from there. So I think the concept of evangelical atheism is moot, really, because I don't think really there's enough awareness for us to be evangelical, except for places like the internet, YouTube, social networks. That's where we're evangelical. But in the mainstream media, like television, I don't think there's any British atheist shows. I haven't seen any. I think the only American, and it's not even on a network station, but the Atheist Experience. That's kind of a weekly TV show.
Well, Bill Maher is an atheist. He has a show on HBO. Ricky Gervais is an atheist, talks about it. There's a comedian whose name escapes me, but he's got the wild shag. Not Russell Brand. I don't know what his beliefs are.
Jim Jeffries?
No, he's Australian. This guy, I think He was on Californication this last season. He's got like blondish, straight, long hair. Wears guy liner. I don't know. I'll figure. I'll look it up. That might be him. But
he's Australian as well.
No, Daniel Radcliffe has come out and said it. He basically said as much as what I said, which is just look, dude, I don't care what you believe. If it makes you a nice person, then I'm over the moon if you think they're flying spaghetti dragons shooting piss out of their butts. Like, that's fine by me.
You see, that's the thing. I mean, religious people generally aren't nice. Having been around them, hung around them for a long time in my life, religious people generally aren't nice people.
Are not nice people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the atheists that I've met are far nicer and far more caring, compassionate and considerate than any religious person I've ever met in my life.
Well, less judgmental.
Yeah, well, you're doing what you're doing now. What you did on your last show, and I heard it. You're natural. It is what I'm still kind of trying to get at the bottom of, because I used to be a believer as well. I grew up in a very high Episcopal, very Anglican church in Baltimore, Maryland, called Old St. Paul's Church, and it was not fire and brimstone. It was not like the gays are driving us to hell. It was pray for everybody, love everybody. It was a very kind of liberal, very tolerant environment. But I remember thinking that atheists were jerks and were arrogant.
Oh yeah,
and I thought, I don't know why. Now, perhaps by coincidence, I met some atheists who were jerks. My best friend in college was an atheist. He's my best friend, so there goes that theory. But I think we got to be sometimes we got to be very careful, because we have the temptation to be arrogant and go, God, you really think the Earth is 10,000 years old? That's stupid. But if it makes you a nice person, But look, I mean, we call the Atlantic Ocean the pond. When you fly over the farm, which is the middle of America, you're going to find people who truly believe the Earth is 10,000 years old, and you go, really, fossil. Like, hello, what huh? You know.
I had a meme that I made earlier. Well, it was late last year, and it was a picture of a dinosaur skeleton, and underneath I put Genesis, a load of bollocks. You know, they just.
Look, to be fair, there's a creationism museum. I think it's in Missouri, Kentucky.
I've heard of that.
Guess who runs it? An Australian.
Don't say Ray Comfort, please. Please do not say Ray Comfort.
No, it's not Ray Comfort. It's this dude. Did you ever see Religulous?
Yes.
Yeah. Bill Maher interviewed him. He's in the movie. Yeah, him.
Yes,
it's the guy with the Abe Lincoln beard who he's showing him a boy next to a velociraptor. Like, this is biblical fact. I'm like, you idiot, you stupid douche nozzle. Like, wow. Jesus.
Sue, I cannot remember, Sue, because we spoke like earlier last year, nearly a year ago, about faith and those matters on the podcast. Tell us a little bit about, have you always been an atheist, or were you once a believer?
No. Actually, I grew up in a very Christian home, and I actually married someone from a Jewish family. So, but he doesn't follow the religion.
I'm kidding.
Because it was shoved down his throat as a kid.
Yeah, let's shove him into it up. No, okay, no.
No. But yeah, no, I'm like you guys. I'm more the scientific, and I used to be a really strong believer. I went to church and did all that, but I don't know. Quite honestly, I didn't. Here's what I saw: a group of people that get together to comfort each other. Like, you go to a therapist for that.
Yeah, you do.
So who knows? Nobody knows what's really out there. You don't know. You don't.
The one good thing about the church experience I found wasn't the worship, because I never really, even when I was a devout believer, I never really was into the worship. It was more the fellowship. It was more the togetherness. You know.
Yeah.
That's the
and
one.
They do a lot of things. Yeah, they do a lot of things, and they have the youth groups and all that, but they're also very judgmental.
Yes.
Very judgmental. Yep. And they're the ones that will come to your door or call you if you don't go to church on Sunday or whatever. And that's just way too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sunday is for football. And now Monday nights and Thursday nights. Thank you very much, Roger Goodell. But, the impression I always had about it, I mean, my grandmother, God rest her soul, certainly had that old kind of Prohibition era fear of atheism and fear of godlessness, and they're all but one of the most emotionally moving books I've ever read, it was Contact by Carl Sagan. Followed by Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Both very there is definitely, I do believe there is something out there. It's not a God to be worshipped. Deductive reasoning and logic tells me that's bullshit. But there is something out there, and it's extraordinary, and there's no way we figured out what it was 3,000 years ago. Science will give it to us. I think
we all hope so.
Any God that would be so arrogant to say, don't look at the Ark of the Covenant is a jerk-off. Right. The God of the Bible is a bully. The God of the Quran is a sociopath. The God of the New Testament is a psychopath. This asshole is up in the clouds, and because he's talking to Moses, and some of the people are kind of goofing off, he goes, you know what, F you. He throws them onto a pit. It's like, dude, here's the Garden of Eden, but don't touch that tree. No, don't do it. Even though I made you curious in my image because I'm a jealous God. Fuck you.
It's just contradictions all over the place.
Yeah.
I certainly don't believe in that. As I say, I used to believe very, very deeply in the God of the Bible, but now I just think the whole idea is ridiculous. I've not dismissed the possibility that we're all part of a chair leg or a cup of tea, or somebody's beetroot patch or something, we could realistically, if you look at the sun as like the nucleus.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's something that goes through my mind. I will be honest with you, and I'll be honest with people who are listening to this. Science is not my strong point. I'm not a scientist.
Not either.
I don't know anything about chemistry, physics, biology. I could only probably just...
but you respect it.
Bones in the body. But I respect it, and I trust it. Mm-hmm. And I trust it because I know that there are people out there who physically exist, who know what they're doing, who have researched and studied, and who are endlessly postulating. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I'd rather trust somebody's postulations than truth. People who say something that is fact that cannot possibly be proven, like the events of the Bible, which have no contemporary... there are no contemporary accounts of anything in the Bible, not even Jesus' crucifixion, not even when Moses led his people to freedom.
No.
There are no contemporary accounts. So how is that book to be trusted?
No archaeological evidence. Apparently the whole Christian myth getting ripped off of a Hindu myth thing has been debunked. I'm a big believer that in intellectual honesty, and if we find something that this is what a scientist does. I like Richard Dawkins because he says because the cardinal says, well, where do we come from? And Dawkins said, we don't know, we're working on it. That's honesty. That's sincerity.
Yeah.
But our side shouldn't lie. I don't think Bill Maher lied. He just got some bad information. Now, wait.
Yeah.
I just said this has apparently been debunked. It's not based on a Hindu myth. Do we think that perhaps, is it possible that Bible thumpers are fighting tooth and nail to debunk that? You bet they are.
Of course they are.
I just want a fucking straight answer out of everybody. I just don't bullshit me, don't lie to me. And it goes into the gay marriage debate. It goes into the abortion debate. It's just I don't trust anybody. It's very hard because politically, it's certainly in America, but it's on the issue of abortion. It's so vitriolic. You cannot get a straight answer out of anyone on either side of that.
No.
But just
same here.
If you want to get an abortion, go ahead.
But religion isn't the factor in our political system as it is in America.
No, it's not.
Because the Brits would elect an atheist prime minister. They don't really care. It's not. It's not that Britain is. It's not that Britain is really a secular society. We do have, a large going church population.
Well, you have the Church of England. The Queen holds two things in her hands, and one of them is like the church and the state are together.
Yeah.
So,
but the church does not affect, well, as far as I know, it doesn't affect any of the political decisions made in this country.
Yeah,
so in that respect, they are separate.
They're no lobbyists strong-arming right-wing Republicans. There's no, Jerry Falwells of the world, the psychopaths who, because that was what happened in America in the 70s after Roe v. Wade. Evangelicals went, all right, that does it, and they started they focused on the family and started just hijacking the Republican Party and making it into, like, if you don't believe in God, it was disgusting. I guess it was 4 years ago or 6 years, whatever it was. There was a Republican primary debate with 9 of them on stage, and Brian Williams said, like, okay, raise your hand if you believe in evolution, and only 4 of them raised their hands. And guess what? 2 of them were Mormons who said yes. And those people are fucking batshit.
Goodness. I've actually got... have you ever heard of a woman called Cindy Jacobs?
No, I have not heard of her.
Okay, Cindy Jacobs is an American televangelist.
Oh,
in other words, a fucking con artist!
Yep.
Anyway. This is a direct quote from her, and I'll just read it out to you, and just tell me what you think.
Okay.
This is what she said once. She said, "We believe we are moving into a supernatural season where, if needed, God will multiply food. I have seen God multiply food more than one time when I was cooking. I mean, when my kids were little, they were always bringing their friends into the house, and I remember spooning out spaghetti or whatever, just prayed, and the spirit over that, and God just made more and more and more. I remember one time I had a pair of shoes that I wore and wore and wore and wore, and it just for years. These shoes did not wear out, and I wore them for years and years and years. So, sometimes God is saying little epiphanies to us, little things to us, but we don't know how to listen to his voice. I'll tell you how we can listen to his voice if he just said, 'I'm here, people!' I'm listening to you. And do you want more spaghetti? I will give you more spaghetti. Do you want your shoes to last 6 years? I'll let your shoes last 6 years. Until that happens, bollocks." I
like what Roger Ebert said. If you think the Earth is 10,000 years old, if you have those kind of beliefs, that should disqualify you from the Oval Office. I mean, Australia, she's not the Prime Minister anymore, but there was a single feminist atheist Prime Minister. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And, it's really fun. C-SPAN's boring, but watching Parliament, either in England or Australia or New Zealand, is a lot of fun. Because you guys hammer each other, and you boo each other, and it's awesome.
and sometimes we get personal with each other in Parliament, but that's another thing. No, I mean, there's even, I've heard old Barry's an atheist. I mean, Obama apparently says he's...
No, he's a Muslim!
He's a Muslim, that's what they all say.
Well,
I've heard he's an atheist.
Really?
Well, yeah. He claims he's a Christian. My theory is, look, take away the fear of no afterlife scares the crap out of most people, and that's why organized religion can really dig their claws into humanity. Take that away. I mean, most smart people. Let's take that back. There are very smart people who believe in God. The term is called cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
It is how someone can be completely smart in one area, and this is how we agree to disagree. How we human beings agree to disagree. We just go, okay, you think that, I think this. Let's move on. Talk about something else. There are certain dysfunctional individuals who have to hammer and have to confront and have to poke, and they know who they are, and they're annoying. I try to avoid them, and a lot of them find their way into Congress.
Yeah.
And the way that our primary system is set up is that you have to basically, if you're a Democrat or Republican, you have to appeal to the extremes while you're trying to get the nomination, and then when you get the nomination, you tack to the center and try to get undecided, and it's a bullshit process.
In other words, a lie.
Yeah, I think it's different. I think it's better in England actually, because you just vote for I think it's like winner take all, and then. The Labour Party or the Liberal Democrats, the Tories say, okay, if we get the majority, we will put this person in, and that's how it works. It's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
But there was no majority in the election of 2010, and we got a coalition government, and Jesus. Worst thing ever, but never mind.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I was in London a year ago, and I had a ball, but what do I know?
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to come up to Manchester. I mean, it's a great city.
Never
Manchester.
been.
Yeah, Manchester's a really... I mean, it's not as big as London, obviously.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the size of London. It doesn't have Big Ben, doesn't have the London Eye. But it's a beautiful city. It was decimated by an IRA explosion.
What?
When?
Oh, it was sometime. It was a good 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there hasn't been any IRA shit in a while because they had a ceasefire.
And funnily enough, I was in Manchester city centre the morning. I mean, they exploded in the afternoon. I was in Manchester city centre in the morning.
Yeah.
So if I'd have delayed my trip to Manchester in the afternoon, who knows what would have happened. But nobody got killed. But the point is that Manchester completely revitalised after that, and it's just a gorgeous city. So if you come over here again, Jordan, I mean, I've already promised I'll meet up for you with, for a drink.
Attaboy.
But you're gonna have to come up to Manchester at some point because you'll love it.
Well, now is as good a time as any. I think you already know this, but because you've been listening to my show. But it's 99% certain. Julie and I are going to Saudi Arabia.
Right. That's
and
right.
so I'm gonna. Let's face it. We're atheists. We're no fans of Islam. But I've never actually seen it up close before. I see Muslims walking around in LA and in Vegas. In fucking Vegas!
You want to experience the culture, basically.
Well, I want to be able to see it with my own eyes. We're going to do Dubai 3 days beforehand, and Dubai is basically Vegas for the Middle East. But Saudi is run by are they a Wahhabi? I forget. Sunni, whatever. The women all wear beekeeper outfits and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So, just so my listeners know, Jordan got married how long? About 4 or 5 months ago? Something like that?
Jesus.
You couldn't get to that right away?
It was, we're coming up on 4 months.
4 months.
Yes.
Right. Some great wedding. I mean, just looking at the wedding pictures, I thought to myself, God, I wish I was there. If you want to see them, go to the Sensitive Nice Guy Facebook page. They're on there. It's great.
It was, yeah.
I got a good one.
So,
relationship advice to anyone who wants to get married: marry someone nice and sane.
I've been in a relationship for it'd be 11 years this year with Sharon, my partner.
Oh.
But I still find your relationship stuff really, really interesting to listen to, because I think to myself, it's more sort of, phew, thank God, I say the word thank God, but
I say God bless, dude. Don't worry about it. Relax. We're good.
I say, thank God I don't have to go through that anymore. So it's really interesting listening to it.
I always said the biggest mistake I made was I so wanted what I have now that it was too far and few between in which I would enjoy being single. Because one out of every 40 tries, I go home with a chick and bang. And then 39 out of 40, I go home alone, and I'm like, I just want to find someone.
Did you ever do the internet dating thing? Did you ever long distance internet date?
No, that's actually where Julie and I met on OkCupid.
Oh, right,
it worked.
Because before I met Sharon, I'd been out of it. I was basically between my last ex-girlfriend and Sharon. It was 5 years, so. Right. That was my youth. It was kind of my late 20s that I got to kind of sow my oats and stuff before I met Sharon. But when I met Sharon, I kind of settled down,
Yeah.
But no, it was internet dating is brilliant. I kind of liken it to when you're out in the park and you're walking your dog and your dog goes up to another dog and sniffs its arse and then goes away. That's how I look at internet dating. It's exactly the same.
Oh yeah, they always say you have to. The girls I had to kiss a few frogs before I find my prince. And my response to that is, and I had to meet a couple hogs before I found my princess. Okay, yeah, true story. Like the girl, all her pictures were from above, and she was always wearing black. And yeah, I'm about to lose half your female audience right now. But she showed up and she was a wildebeest, and I went, oh, and poor girl. Put the fork down. But girls think that they can win the guy over if whatever. Just like guys think they can win the girl over if they're not as tall as they say they are or as rich. Right. So we all have our insecurities, but don't lie online. Anyway.
So as you guys run your own podcast, an answer from each of you, what is the biggest pitfall in establishing any new relationship?
So,
what is the thing to watch out for?
Ladies first.
In establishing a new relationship?
Yeah. Let's just say, for
like
example,
meeting someone to date?
if you meet someone and you really like them and you're not sure if they like you, I mean, what is the pitfall? How do you behave? What would be the way to go forward in your opinion?
Well, I definitely say don't jump into anything. It takes time to get to know someone, but you know within the first few minutes when you meet someone whether you're attracted to them or not.
Do you think it's right? As a woman, Sue, do you think it's right that women should play hard to get, or men should play hard to get, that either party should play hard to get? Do you think that's right?
No, I think it's stupid. I think it's seriously stupid. That's just game playing. And game playing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, if you like someone, you like someone. If you want to have sex, you have sex. You know, if you're two consenting, mature adults, do what you want to do. I think it's stupid to play all those games.
Jordan?
Well, there is supposed to be a fun mating dance, and it's a good time, and there are no. I mean, that's true. Playing hard to get's annoying. You get a girl's number, call her the next day, but you ask what are the pitfalls. Look, when you first meet somebody, you're putting your. There are two of you. There's a Jekyll and Hyde in all of us, and you meet Jekyll first. And it is only a few months in that Hyde comes out. I think and basically a lot of people start that infatuation stage, and after 2 weeks they're having nothing but monkey sex, and they go, "Oh my God, I love you." No, you don't. That's infatuation. That's not love. Love is when you can fart in front of them and you still want to be around them. Love is when you've seen the dark side and you still want to be with them.
Yeah.
That's it,
yeah,
and
it takes time.
But
sorry, go on, mate.
One more thing. Whenever someone, the moment I met them, I just knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with it. No, you didn't. You got lucky.
If you meet somebody that you do want to spend the rest of your life with, you are very lucky. I mean, Will Ferrell said something really profound and really funny. He said, if you want to know what a person's really like, give them 3 hours in a room with very slow internet. Or something along that line. But, I love
Will Ferrell.
I mean, I remember the other week, you were right, the cultural differences between us and you. Like, the other week, you were on your podcast and you were talking about the friend zone.
Yeah.
Now, I thought the friend zone was somebody who was a fan of the sitcom Friends.
No.
Really?
Now, I know what the friend zone is now, yeah. But that's how out of touch I am, and maybe how British I am. So, let's put this to the test. Have you got your slang in front of you?
Actually, before you do the slang thing, I want to add one more thing.
Go for it.
You meet someone, 6 months, 8 months goes by, you realize you love them.
Yeah.
And then Julie and I, we got married, and that doesn't. It's not. There's no such thing as happily ever after. Your flaws and problems, most of which will not change, unless you want them to, are not going away. I will admit that I have a problem with stress by making a mountain out of a molehill. There's your first slang term, which means I'm.
Snap.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah.
In other words, slow internet. I freak out. Yeah. I used to yell when I was younger and stupid. I believe yelling. I believe yelling is abuse. That's just my personal opinion.
I think so too.
Julie loves me enough that she's going to help me change, because I want to change this, and I'm getting better. I breathe, do a little meditation, and it just at the end of the day, pain and annoyance is temporary.
Well. I can tell you for sure now, I mean, that's entirely possible. When I first met Sharon, I mean, all my life I had a very, very volatile temper. It was on a hair trigger. I take after my dad for that. My dad was very much the same.
Yeah.
But since I've been with Sharon, I mean, Sharon will tell you I'd be playing a PlayStation game, and because I've died like 16 times, I'd throw the controller against the wall, smash it, maybe kick the television or whatever. But in the years in the years that I've been with Sharon, that's actually subsided, and now I was playing GTA 5 about an hour ago.
Oh, me too!
I kept dying. Oh, yeah, alright, we're going to have to talk about that. But anyway, I was playing GTA 5, I was doing the Trevor's missions at Mackenzie Air Hangar, the air missions where you got to go and bomb the other arms dealers, was doing that.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. I've just done the drop-off.
Really, really cool mission. Anyway, so I was doing that, and I just kept getting killed. Now, like 12 years ago, if I was doing that mission, the PlayStation 3 would have been out of the window.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
But now, I didn't even lose my temper, didn't even break a sweat, just kept on doing it, and eventually I did it. So, it is possible to change, and I think that, you know, if you're hopeful and if you're receptive to that, then it will happen, Jordan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I spent an hour trying to fuck a hooker last night in the strip club, and I banged the first one like last 2 weeks ago, and then I got a double dance, and I was having a good time, and 3 in a row like said, "What kind of girl do you think I am?" I'm like, "You're a whore!" and so, I was just getting virtual lap dances for an hour, and then I went inside to my lovely bride and said, "Hi, honey." But anyway.
I've got to tell you this. A guy that I work with, we were talking about GCA, and he said that he shot Chop, the dog. He shot it.
Oh, I shot the dog, too, yeah.
You tight bastard. Tight bastard, and tight means cruel.
Well, it's fantasy, it's fake, and
I know. But it just struck me as funny when he told me.
I hijacked a truck and went on a rampage and only got 3 stars before I jumped out of the car, pulled out my assault rifle, and then I got shot by the cops. So,
yeah,
whatever. Anyway, all right, slangs.
Slang. Okay, now the reason why I've asked you this is I have this theory.
Uh-huh.
Americans can't say arse right.
Correct.
And Brits can't say ass right.
Correct.
It's what I call the chocolate starfish theory. Anyway, that's my theory. Now, you obviously know words like wanker and bollocks, British slang.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just a bloke, right, innit?
Yeah, he's a wanker.
Yeah.
Right. But wanker has 2 meanings. It has someone who masturbates profusely or somebody who's a complete knob. So, and obviously you know what bollocks means. It's got multiple meanings.
Doesn't knob mean dick?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
I know that from Love Actually. And he's got a big knob.
Yes.
All right.
Well, Smig, I have a question. What's a goit?
A goit.
What is that?
Right, that's a Red Dwarf.
Goit.
That's no, it's Red Dwarf Goit. Goit.
Ah.
Yeah, and now I know where you got the term smeghead from.
Yeah.
You unoriginal bastard.
I know.
What does that officially mean when you call someone a smeghead?
It's really officially an arsehole or a wanker or a dickhead.
But
I,
you're not the...
No, I use it in the positive sense. I use it, I'm a godless Red Dwarf fan. Because they're also known as smegheads. Collectively, Red Dwarf fans are known as smegheads. So, Trek fans are known as Trekkies.
Yep.
You know, and we're known as smegheads.
Oh.
But, I mean, smeg is a word. It basically means knob cheese, you know, but that's
cock cheese.
But it's smegma, but they just use the word smeg, and it's used throughout the whole series. So, no, let's talk about Red Dwarf first, because I know that you were naughty and you went and looked at the pilot, and I was kind of hoping that you wouldn't, because the pilot looks quite dated, it's very grey, it's very drab, the humour's there, but I just wanted your opinion on Polymorph, because that's my favourite ever episode. It's one of the funniest episodes ever. I know you said you liked it too.
Well, it's considered to be one of the best episodes. It's a parody of Alien, and the thing goes around and sucks out their emotions. And it reminded me of Wizard of Oz in that regard, in a good way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Red Dwarf it's very British. It's not quite for me, but I get why it's popular. And I think the lead is really strong. I liked how the dude rolls in. Is he a vampire? Like, no, he's an evolved cat.
Yeah, he's a cat.
And how do you know that it's a hologram? It's got an H on his forehead.
And Lister is the cat's god.
Yep.
Lister went into I don't know if you both watched the pilot, but basically Lister got put into stasis for 3 million years,
right? And
then all that time on Red Dwarf, a cat race emerged, died out, and the only cat left was the cat, and their god was a guy called Cloyster. but it was actually Lister, and Lister, Kat's great times however many grandmother was Frankenstein, who was Lister's cat.
Oh, right.
So the other guy in it is Crichton. They pick up Crichton at the end of season 2 on a planet, and he's looking after skeleton women who he thinks are still alive, so he's gone kind of computer scene.
Is Crichton the...
Crichton's the mechanoid, the robot.
Right, okay, yeah.
The mechanoid. The one with the vacuum.
Yeah, I actually follow a guy.
Dick or whatever it is.
He did the logo for me on my Smegcast page. He's called Crichton K on Twitter, and every single tweet that he sends, I actually read in Crichton's voice. My internal voice is Crichton's because he's so uncanny. So he's very good. No, I just wanted you guys to just watch a Red Dwarf and see what you thought of it. I mean, I know it's not for you, Jordan,
it's a sitcom, which is fun. A science fiction sitcom.
I loved it. And I'll probably go back and watch all the seasons.
Series 7 and 8 Series 7 and 8 have some very funny moments, but they're not on a par with, say, Series 3 to 6.
Yeah, right, and then you call it series, not season, isn't it? Right.
We call American programs seasons, but we call British programs series.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Although Doctor Who...
I like...
Doctor Who referred to as season like 6 or 7, whatever it is now, with Peter Capaldi. I can't wait for Capaldi. He is going to kick ass as the Doctor.
I finally pulled the trigger on Doctor Who, and I love it. I just watched the 2-parter when he meets Satan. That was fun. Yeah. That was a good time.
That's a Tennant one, isn't it? It's not.
Tennant. I haven't met Matt Smith yet. Oh God!
I wasn't struck with Matt Smith. I loved Eccleston, and I loved.
Eccleston is still my favorite. Tennant, I like him, but not as much as Eccleston. And the '96 movie, when the goddamn Americans tried to make a Doctor Who movie, it was fucking horrible.
Eric Roberts is the master. Come on.
Yeah, I watched it on a plane home to Christmas and Julie was doing something, fiddling with her Cosmo, I don't know, whatever. And I turned to her, I'm like, I am so glad I didn't start with this TV movie. Because I would have said, fuck it, I'm not watching it.
Okay, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Paul McGann was a great Doctor. He was just saddled with a script that absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton is a fantastic Bond. He was just in 2 Bond movies that sucked, but he was a great Bond.
Yes.
And people tend to blame the actors. I mean, George Lazenby was Bond in one film. The film was quite good, but he sucked as Bond.
Yeah.
So that's the opposite problem.
Well,
but the thing is, I tend not to blame. I mean, a lot of people blamed Paul McGann for it. I don't think he's the case. I thought that. I mean, if you saw the very recent one he did, which chronicled his regeneration from his incarnation of the Doctor to John Hurt's incarnation.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
The thing about Lazenby, 2 things. Number 1, he's wearing the Austin Powers outfit.
Yeah, baby.
And secondly, he actually turns to the camera after, like, Diana Rigg shoots him down on the beach. He goes, "This never happened to the other fellow." Like,
yeah.
Really? But the music, John Barry really, God rest his soul. He's one of my favorite composers. British.
Oh, yeah.
He loved the ladies. Man of passion. Married 6 times. But his score for On Her Majesty's Secret Service was off the chain.
Damn good, yeah. I love, probably my favourite Bond film, it's a tie, Goldfinger and GoldenEye, because GoldenEye is just awesome.
It's very, wait. Sorry, I'm eating cheese. GoldenEye is very, the half the movie is, "Welcome to the 90s, Bond." That's sexual harassment. I'm like, shut up, Moneypenny, take off your top.
I know. That did suck, but I love Judi Dench's and all the way through her tenure. Possible spoilers, everyone, to Skyfall, which was also absolutely brilliant. But the end of that kind of signified not just a reboot, but kind of a way back to the established Bond.
Right.
Every Bond starts with him coming into M's office and being briefed by M and being sent on his mission.
And we have Moneypenny, who is not a bad shot with a sniper rifle, but you did shoot Mon, biatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pissed.
She was, but Naomi Harris, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to be a member of of an amateur theatre company, and one of the guys there...
no, I'm kidding.
One of the guys there claims he went to school with Daniel Craig, because Daniel Craig grew up on the Wirral, the same place as this guy. However, the same guy claims that he's royalty.
Yeah.
So, I've yet to ask him whether he can walk on water and basically change water into wine yet.
People are full of crap, dude.
Yeah, absolutely full of crap. Okay, right, let's get this slang going, because I've got some ones here. Let me pick
I'm going to get none of them right.
Right, okay. I'm going to go with... Go on, sorry, Sue.
Oh, no, I was just thinking on the Red Dwarf, back to the Red Dwarf real quick. There was a line in it that I loved. He said, never tangle with anything that has more teeth than the Osmond family. You know who the Osmond family is?
Yes. I know Donnie, I know Marie, I know Meryl. I think...
That was the best line!
Yeah. It was good. I like... my favourite bit is when Crichton is trying to get the boxer shorts off Lister and Rimmer walks in and you just see what he's seeing. That's absolutely brilliant. Plus the meeting that they have where all the personalities have changed and Lister's a homicidal maniac and the cat's a bum with a bottle in a paper bag. Crichton just doesn't care about anybody and Rimmer has turned into some sort of hippie guy with give Quiche a chance and tree hugger and talking about, oh, that's just the funniest bit ever. Let's get out there and twat it. Is probably my favourite line from the whole thing. But no, that's my favourite episode. It kind of, as you said, Jordan, now you know what a smeghead is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, right, so if I said to you, I'm going to smash your back doors in.
Not a clue. No idea.
Smash your back doors in?
If I especially said to Sue, I'm come round tonight and I'm going to smash your back doors.
Oh, you're going to fuck her in the ass.
Yes.
Beat me up!
Ah, woo!
I thought it meant you were going to beat me up.
It means surf the rundown Brown Street. That's what it means.
Hershey Highway.
America, we say visit the back door.
Yeah, we say back door as well.
All right.
Up the old dirt road.
Little gardeners.
All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
Hit the sack.
Oh, go to bed.
God damn it.
I do know what a badonkadonk is. At first I thought it was a Ringo Starr drum fill, but now I realised it's Trace Adkins for Woman's Backside.
Right. Oh, big butt.
Okay, Sue, hit me.
Let's see. Ride or die. If someone's your ride or die, what do you think that means?
Ooh, I guess I would say go for it. Or give it your best shot.
It means that they'll stick with you through everything, the good times and the bad. They're your ride or die. They're your right-hand person. They'll stay with you no matter what.
Okay, right. Okay, ride or die. And I've heard of it, but I thought it meant, do your best at something.
Huh.
Okay, right. If I came to you, Jordan, and said, right, I'm going to knock you up.
Knock me up?
I'm going to knock you up in the morning.
Woo!
Well, in America, if I said to Sue, I'm going to knock her up, it means I'm going to get her pregnant. But to me, beat me up, call me in the morning?
Nearly. What I'll do is I'll knock on your door to get you up.
Oh, okay.
It's literally not you up.
It was down between that and what I said, and I went the wrong way.
Well, it actually comes from fact, because factories used to employ people in the UK to physically go around to people's houses and knock on the doors to get them up for work. So that's actually has basis in fact.
Oh.
Which is cool. Okay, I think Jordan's away from his mic, Sue, so go on, hit me with another one.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Continue.
Go pee. How about if someone's bent out of shape?
Bent out of shape, right.
Bent out of shape.
Right, that would probably mean that they are a few sandwiches short of a picnic. They're not all there.
You should say that. No, bent out of shape means someone made you upset. If Fred and I had an argument and I said, damn it, he's got me so bent out of shape, it means he's got me really upset.
Oh, right. Okay.
There you go.
Bent out of shape. Because I've heard that expression before, but I never really knew what it meant. You see these cultural differences that we have. We're so similar in many ways. We are, in effect, cousins, the English and the American people. But we have, like you say faucet and we say tap. Now, to me, faucet was Farrah Mages' middle name. Come on, Jordan, hit me with another one.
All right. I have a feeling in my gut.
Oh, I know that. It's you've got an intuition, or you've got you know something is right.
Fuck. All right.
Come on, Sue.
How about chillaxing? Chillaxing for the...
Mixture of chilling out and relaxing.
Yeah, there you go. You got that one. How about a dime a dozen?
I've used Twitter. I know what that is. Okay, if I
How
said...
about some...
Huh?
A dime a dozen.
Yeah, we call that here 10 a penny. Basically, you know, there's lots of them around.
No.
10 a penny, that's what we call them. Okay, if I said to you, I went arse over tit yesterday.
You got drunk.
Sue?
You had a good time?
No, it means a fall over.
Really?
Yeah, it means you fall over, go arse over tit, or ass over tit, as you guys would say. Arse over tit. That's what it means, falling over. Usually when you're drunk, usually when you've had a few drinks, you go arse over tit. I know I've gone arse over tit a few times. There was one time, I mean, I don't drink anymore, I've been teetotal for about 5 or 6 years, but there was one time that I woke up in the grounds of my local rugby club on my knees after going out, after being drunk. Now, I've no idea how I got there, but I postulate that I was walking home, decided to go in the rugby club to have a piss, and actually fell asleep while standing up and fell on my knees, because I woke up with my head against the tree.
Oh.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Go on, another one for me.
How about just off?
Squat.
Wait, what's that, Sue?
I said copper squat.
Take a shit.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Copper squat. I've heard
copper squat. Especially if you're out hiking. Yep, copper squat.
Yep, copper squat, take a shit. There's also pinch a loaf, isn't there?
How about breaking balls?
Oh, yeah, that means you're jokingly ribbing someone.
Taking the piss out, right, innit?
Taking the piss.
Yeah, right.
You got breaking balls, we got taking the piss.
Okay. Done everything.
What about if I said to you, stop faffing about?
Stop fucking around. Stop screwing around.
Yeah. Faffing. F-A-F-F. Faffing about.
Uh-huh.
And if I said to you, Jordan, I'm going to get off with Sue later.
You guys are going to bang.
Yeah. There you go. See, you are getting further. Yeah.
How about if I say, give me a ballpark?
Yeah, that's like a rough figure, like a rough estimate. Go on, Sue. Have you got any more?
I'm thinking.
I got some. How about if I say I'm going to go up to Sue and bust a nut in her face, what am I going to do?
I'm going to punch you in the face.
If I order a drink on the rocks, what does that mean?
Ice.
Hit the sack. I said that one. If I say that you're a pain in the neck, what does that mean?
That means I'm not particularly a person that you like being around.
Right. Okay. How about make a pit stop?
Stop very quickly somewhere.
If I say someone's just off the boat.
Right, that means either somebody's just come over to the country or just come into your town, or it means that they've only just realised that something's happened.
Right, and finally, if I'm going to a kegger, what does that mean?
Beer party?
Yeah, alright. That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
Right. What about suck it up?
Oh, that means if somebody calls you a name and you deserve it, you should own it and you should just carry on.
Yeah.
I still like one sandwich short of a picnic.
One McNugget short of a Happy Meal. Okay, if I said to you, budge up. Budge up.
Budge up.
Man up.
No.
What?
Tighten up.
No, it means if I'm sat next to if I want to sit next to you and there's not enough room, I'd say budge up.
Instead of move over.
Okay, if I said to you, have a deco at that. Deco. D-E-K-K-O. A deco.
A deco?
Not a clue. I don't know.
Have a look.
Oh.
Have a look at that. If I said to you, how about a bit of how's your father?
Wait! I heard that in Austin Powers. Wait.
There's a bit in Austin Powers where he wants to give his carriage undercarriage.
How's your father? It's wash it. Examination. It's got multiple meanings. It means sex. It means how about a bit how's your father, but it can also mean I'm just gonna like put trousers on, put boxes on so it holds my how's your father. I love the way you guys say trousers.
Trousers.
You will agree that most Americans cannot do an English accent to save their lives.
You can't, that's for sure.
No, but we know who can is the three guys in Spinal Tap.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
yeah. These guys to 11.
We got armadillos in our trousers.
This one's called Lick My Love Pump.
Look. The record is called Smell the Glove. Smell the. You have a woman on all fours smelling a guy's glove. Ian Faith nearly stole that movie. He's like, she smelled a glove. You should have seen what they really wanted her to smell. I guarantee you it wasn't a glove.
I'm a huge Spinal Tap fan. Really love Spinal Tap. Did you see the performance that they did on Live Earth a few years ago? They got every single bass player out from every single band that was playing to do Big Bottom with them on stage, and they just had about 30 people. Anyone who could play the bass was on the stage with them doing Big Bottom.
Working on a sex farm.
Poking your hay.
Yeah, Christopher Guest is like he's a baron or something.
He's an English baron.
Yeah, because you know who else is like a member of Parliament is Gillian Fellows.
Yeah. Glenda Jackson, who was like a very famous 60s and 70s British actress, she was a member of Parliament as well, as was Sebastian Coe, who was a British athlete.
Sebastian Coe!
Sebastian Coe, yes. He organised the Olympics in 2012.
Oh, bloody
lovely.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, I noticed you have in your last podcast, Neil, you said instead of my, you said me. I got me balls off. Like, he said me instead of my.
It's Northern English colloquialism.
Is Red Dwarf Northern English?
Yeah, that's where it had its origins. At first it was filmed in Manchester, where I live, and then they moved it down to London in the early 90s to film it. But it was conceived, both Doug Naylor and Rob Grant, who created the series, were both from Manchester. David Lister, Craig Charles, who plays him, is from Liverpool.
I always thought that, I know that Sherlock and Doctor Who are shot in Cardiff, which is in Wales. Is Cardiff like the... someone's calling me. Honey, hang on a second. Guess who's coming on the air? Honey, you're on the air. Say hi to Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Jules. Hi, Jules.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
Good.
Honey,
I'm good, Jules.
Can I come in and give you a back rub later?
Oh, darling. I thought that you were going to be done at noon.
We're not quite done yet. I'll come in a minute, okay?
Okay, love you.
I love you so much.
Hi, Julie.
Anyway, so Cardiff is like the Hollywood of England, or is that it happens to be where a lot of production is?
It's basically, it's certainly the Hollywood of the BBC.
Okay.
But the BBC has actually moved most of its operations in its studios up to Manchester, up to Salford, which is just outside Manchester. It's also where Manchester United play. Get out of my head, Manchester United.
Fuck the New York Yankees of soccer.
Sorry, any Manchester United fans listening, I'm very sorry.
You fair-weather jerks.
Jordan, Manchester City, I know that, and it's not soccer, it's football, because we play it with our feet.
Oh!
We don't pick up the ball and run with it like you people.
Oh!
Manchester City,
Sorry.
Listen, guys, I'll cut it short now because we've been on quite a long time now. And I know Julie wants to back. It's been great fun, and it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And it honestly wouldn't have been my first podcast without you guys. So, thank you so much for coming on. I've enjoyed our time tonight.
Thank you for having us.
thanks very much for coming on, you guys. Thanks to everybody for listening to my first podcast. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Next week, we're going to have the Lady Satan, Mariella, and Crystal Contempt on. They're all going to be talking about atheism. My show is on the Smegcast site, which is godlesssmegcast.wordpress.com. There's a link to iTunes there. There will be a link to Stitcher once they come back to me. There'll also be a direct MP3 download, or you can listen to it on YouTube. Okay, thanks for joining us.
And we thank the Lord Jesus Christ for this wonderful podcast.
And in the word...
Amen.
Amen. And in the great words of Ricky Gervais, thank you to God for making me an atheist.
All right, later.
All right, take care.
Bye.
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 If you're in trouble, he will save the day. He's brave and he's fearless, come what may. Without him the mission would go astray. He's Arnold, Arnold, Arnold Rimmer. Without him life would be much grimmer. He's handsome, trim, and no one slimmer. He will never need